Multiple faculty that believe that their job is in the classroom and during their office hours. I'm the one that's getting the call at 2 o'clock in the morning when the student was sexually assaulted. Or I'm the one that a student's coming to see at 7:30 because I happen to be here after a program who wants to talk about their parents' impending divorce. Or I don't know what I'm supposed to do with my life and I'm a junior and I'm really scared. And my parents want to know what they're paying all this money for and I don't know what to tell them. It became a safe place for a number of students to come and talk about their own kind of relationship issues. And then as I started getting more involved in feminist work and helping women really make good choices about relationships. So when my position was first created, I think some folks were a little nervous about hiring a man to do sexual violence. That women wouldn't want to talk to another man about this issue. And I think that being an openly gay man, that helps women feel a little bit sense of comfort with me, knowing that I'm not necessarily part of that masculinity group. College has now become high school in terms of its sort of requirement for adulthood. But what happens is, legally, people are adults at 18. And some people believe that 18 makes them immediately an adult. And then they don't want help, they don't want anything. But yet, 95% of the time they're making decisions as if they were 15. I think the toughest part about college now is the intense pressure that we have on college students to be adults when they're not necessarily ready, because culturally we haven't prepared them to be ready. To be making adult decisions already. Things like picking your major, what's your future going to be, what career you're going to take, make money, pay off your student debt. We're not infallible people. As adults. It's just this perception that exists. So as I think that's really the issue. Yes, it's about getting a degree and it's about going off and doing really awesome stuff, but it's also about how do I learn to be an adult in a culture that puts a lot of pressure on that, and that struggling with the issue of how do I deal with my mom who, when I go home for winter break, wants to give me a curfew. When on campus I'm up till 4 o'clock in the morning. That's all normal. And I think that's the piece that, because we don't talk about that, because students don't talk about it, because as administrators we don't say, hey, listen, this is totally okay. It's totally okay to wonder what the hell you're doing. I've been there. I made the stupid choice. College is a time, at least at a college like Lafayette, that is traditionally undergraduate and has mostly 18 to 22-year-old people, where everyone else is just as screwed up as you. No one wants to admit it. So first year, when you're like, I'm homesick, I bet you 95% of the people on campus are homesick, but no one wants to look like the weakling who tells that they're homesick. So getting people to understand that you're not the only one who's struggling with, holy crap, I've racked up $10,000 in credit card debt. Or, God, I'm really nervous about this interview. Or, I don't know what I'm going to do with my life. Nobody else does either. And as soon as you realize that, you can be like, oh. Okay. So just always remember that you're not alone, that everything you've dealt with, someone else has probably dealt with before, and they've survived it, and they've moved through it, and they've become very successful.